Hey y'all, check it out. Before we even get into this video, I wanted to say I already recorded the video, but I hopped on my cardio, got on the treadmill, and you be looking for shit to watch. And as soon as I popped up, one of my homeboys, Machiavelli Mills, one of the channels that I watch. You know what I'm saying? I don't know him personally. I don't know you personally, Mac, but you know what I'm saying? He has a dope ass channel. But in regards to or relation to this video that I just did, he makes this video about black culture. It's called "What is Black Culture?" He literally recorded or uploaded it right after I recorded this video. So when I watched it, I was like, damn, this relates so much to what I said. So look, this video, I didn't want to get, it's already 20 minutes long. I didn't have a chance to fit it all in, but it connects with some things that I mentioned in this video in terms of black culture. I know a lot of people from outside of America don't understand what black culture is. He breaks it down in a kind of a funny way, but he kind of just gives you the info in terms of what the experience is like. And again, this is not to separate races and cultures and all that. It's all to bring it together. But I felt like it was so appropriate that that video popped up. So I wanted to shout his video out and tell y'all, go check his video out and check out his channel. He's got some dope content. Subscribe to his shit, and y'all enjoy the video. Humans, yeah, you humans, come here. I am your herald of the gods. Look at it. Look at it. Now look at me. And welcome back to the Culture Guys channel with your boy Mike. Yeah, well, I get this together. Y'all look at that. Take it in. Pay attention. So the Country Music Awards just passed, and your boy Shaboozey's made history this year with the bar song "Tipsy." If you haven't heard it, where the fuck have you been? Outside of that damn Tommy Richmond song, $1 Million Baby, Not Like Us, a bar song. That song was ringing off, bro. Like that song was going everywhere. It was going crazy. It's one of the few times I could think in recent times, outside of Lil Nas X, Old Town Road, that a country song has had the whole world in a frenzy. A few fun facts. Shaboozey made history this year with Tipsy, which passed up Beyonce's Texas Hold'em at #1 on Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart, which still holds the #1 position right now on that same chart. By the way, it's the first time 2 black artists have held the position consecutively. All right. Beyonce, who was shut out of the CMA Awards nominations this year despite reinventing the genre with Cowboy Carter, the second most Grammy nominated album in history, and becoming the first black woman to top Billboard's country albums chart. Currently, Shaboozey is the #1 song on Billboard, and he is about to break the record held by another black man, Lil Nas X, for the #1 song for over 18 or 19 consecutive. I think we're running on 19 weeks right now with Shaboozey at #1. If he goes another week, he's broken the record. So he's already tied. Let me repeat that. The #1 song, not country song in Billboard history that has held that #1 spot for that long. All right? You with me? Okay. He has a #1 song on Billboard's country charts. He has hot country hot songs, I think is the name of the country charts. He has a #1 country song on Spotify. Now, please explain to me how the fuck he did not win one country music award this year. I can see the BET Awards because that kind of happened a little earlier on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he was still trying to figure out what he's doing. By the way, he already has a project out. I think he has like 2 or 3 projects out. I know he released 1 or 2 this year. I have been following Shaboozey really only since this year, you know what I'm saying? And when he popped off, before Tipsy blew up, mind you, I don't follow shit that comes on TikTok because I don't be on TikTok like that. I don't be on Snapchat like that. If somebody sends me a funny link to some shit, like a joke or something or whatever, that's the only time I click on TikTok or Snapchat. That's it. So everybody else that gets their songs off of a TikTok, meme or something, cool, good for you. But I like to get my music a little bit more organically. I guess that's organic too. But anyway, when I first found Shaboozey's music, when I first heard Tipsy, I'm not joking, y'all. I played that song back like 3 times because I was like, I can't believe this song is this good coming from this nigga. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I believed it, but it was like, this song is too good. You know what I'm saying? And I listened to it back to back to back. Listened to like a couple of his other songs at the time because this was earlier on this year. And right after I listened to Tipsy again, this is before he even had a video. I sent it to my brothers. Me and my brothers had a little group chat and shit. Sent it to them. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, we taking over country. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You remember the clip that I showed you in the beginning of this video? Okay. I wanted to talk to y'all about gatekeeping and culture. This is, after all, the Culture Gods channel. And even though I don't cover all the types of cultures there are out there, you do need to understand that there are cultures and subcultures. Like, for example, I'm an American. So American culture, I'm a part of that. I'm also Black or African American, however you want to name it. I'm not too specific about it, but I am Black. So Black culture is a thing for me. But I am hip hop. I don't just listen to hip hop. I am it. Like, I am of the culture. I dress it. You know what I'm saying? The drip is hip hop. My haircut is hip hop. How I talk, how I walk is hip hop. So I listen to it with a different ear than somebody that wasn't raised in the culture, wasn't raised through the type of struggles that Black people went through in America, right? That's culture. You build culture on connections with people that have a common interest. Nerd culture, gaming, video games and comic books and shit like that. That's the basis of this channel. Pop culture, anything that's popular, mainstream, that's a culture. These are all different cultures. I started this channel to weave all the different cultures that I saw the ones that are relevant to me, that connect us together. This isn't going to be a music review channel, so don't get it twisted. I'm not going to be sitting here reviewing albums and artists and shit like that. That's something that I like to reserve for my own personal experiences and not come out here and have to critique an album with lyric for lyric and all that shit. Plus, most of y'all don't give a fuck anyway. In 2014, Macklemore won a Grammy for Best Rap Album. I remember this shit. Can you guess who was snubbed at that time? Yeah. Kendrick Lamar for Good Kid, Mad City. Best rap album that year went to Macklemore over Kendrick Lamar, a now iconic and legendary album, Good Kid, Mad City. Think about that. Let it simmer in your spirit. Okay. Country music has never been a genre that I got into. I wasn't raised country. I wasn't raised with country music. I was raised in a household that played R&B, funk, and soul music. I got into hip hop on my own because it just kind of was embedded into hip hop was on the rise at the time. And it just was natural. You know what I'm saying? I'm Black, I'm in America. Hip hop is just gonna be what it is. It's the soundtrack to our lives. But R&B was too. And there is not, from the inception of hip hop, we have accepted anybody that claimed they were hip hop with a warm embrace, with open arms. Come on in. You say you hip hop? Come on in. You look like you hip hop? Come on in. We're not asking to see your credentials at the door. We're not looking through your background. We don't give a fuck. Because that's what black culture is in America. I can't speak for any other part of the world, but we're accepting, we're loving, mostly. Most of us are. And culturally speaking, we don't discriminate. But for some reason, country music does. And I understand that country, just like a lot of musical genres, come from a culture, right? They're culturally relevant. That's how they were started. And outside of pop music, which is just pretty face, nice voice, or, something that sounds good to the overall masses, like McDonald's, you know what I'm saying, for the masses. That's what pop music is to me. Except Michael Jackson. He's different. That nigga was different. But my point is, from a cultural standpoint, I never understood why country music was so gatekeeperish. There's so many gatekeepers in this shit. You mean to tell me you throw an award ceremony to celebrate all of the greatest artists in country music, and your country music chart has been dominated on a record-breaking streak this year by someone that belongs in your genre, by the way, and you refuse to give it to him? Also, watch this video.
This cowboy has been kicking Shaboozey for a lot of years, y'all think.
Yeah, so Trent Willman, who is Cody Johnson. So Cody Johnson is a country artist. Trent Willman is his producer. That's who that is in that video that you just watched. And he threw shots at Shaboozey. So clearly, this isn't we didn't know. We're just unaware of what he's doing in the world of country. No, they know. And if they're willing to take a shot at him on stage in front of millions of people, then can you imagine what they're doing behind closed doors? So this gets me to a point that I'm not gonna harp on too much, because as a proud Black American man in this country, can nobody keep me down, okay? I know my worth and I know my strength. So this isn't about that. And this is definitely not about white versus black or anything like that, but I wanna point something out. People say in America that racism doesn't exist. I say, you're wrong. Now, is it holding me back or black people back from being great? Absolutely not. The same laws that protect white people protect the Asians and Latin people and myself. So nah. However, systemic racism is a thing. People like to pretend like it's not a thing, like they pretend like it don't exist, but it's real. They pretend like it doesn't exist because the optics, right? Example, Country Music Awards, they have plenty of black people performing, plenty of black people in the crowd. Well, not plenty, but let's get it twisted. A few peppered bars, peppered in to the crowd. But if you look up the Country Music Hall of Fame, there's only 3 black people. If you look up how many people have won the Country Music Awards, it's surprising because some of them are the greats. I think Ray Charles is in the Country Music Hall of Fame. I think my man from Hootie and the Blowfish won a Country Music Award, the black guy. But it's like few and far between. Their gatekeeping in country music is strong. The fact that you have somebody, there will be the same thing as, a white artist dominating the hip hop charts on a record breaking year, smashing all these records, doing it faster than any other song in history. And then we have the BET Awards or the Hip Hop Music Awards, and we don't give them any award at all. There's no celebration. Our culture isn't like that. We recognize greatness, even if we think it's kind of trash, low key. Sometimes we like, man, I don't know, this Post Malone guy, White Iverson, like this appropriation thing is a real thing with us. But we still accepted him. And do you know what he did? He then goes back literally like the same year that he came out and says, If you want to listen to real music and real lyrics and you want to cry and feel emotional, don't listen to hip hop. These are his words, by the way. He said that if he wants to listen to something that makes him feel something, he listens to Bob Dylan. Cool. Listen, your boy, the Herald. I listen to everything. I wasn't raised on country music, but I can tell you that I keep my ears open to anything that sounds good. And that's typically the ears that and the eyes that I consume media with. One of my favorite songs is Tequila by my boys, I think Dan and Shay, I think is their name. That's one of my favorite songs. I stumbled upon that song on my own. Like no one told me about it. I don't even remember how I found it. It was like years ago. And I wasn't raised on it. It's not like something that's in my playlist for real country music. But my issue with country, personally, is not the music itself, because there's tons of songs I found over the years that I love. But I won't say I love them, but I like them. But I can't rock with it because of the gatekeeping that I witnessed. Beyonce made a country music album, and the Gatekeepers said, come on down to Nashville and hang out with us. As if like that's the way to get initiated into winning an award or being accepted. She didn't. Of course, she got snubbed. She didn't win anything, but she topped the charts. Lil Nas X, same thing. Shaboozey actually played ball. He played the game. He went down there, he performed at the Country Music Awards Festival and all that shit. Did everything he was supposed to do and still got snubbed. You mean to tell me my man couldn't have even won, Best New Artist? Because he was the best new artist of this year, hands down. Like I said before, I started this channel to blend and surf all the different subcultures of gaming and comic books and movies and things that are culturally relevant to me and as a black man, and give you my own take from a black perspective. You know what I'm saying? What I learned is that cultures aren't based on race. You know what I'm saying? Your skin color. A lot of them anyway. And I like to put those on a pedestal and put a spotlight on certain areas and things that I think some people just aren't talking about or people just missing. And in spite of some of the negativity that goes out there, like the shit that goes on with the Country Music Awards and, completely ignoring somebody who's on the mountaintop for the last 19 weeks, I do think that there's a lot of good things in store, and I love to highlight great artists like Shaboozey because he is doing something that is phenomenal, that has never been seen before and never been done before, and he deserves his flowers while he's still alive. Personally speaking, I think he deserves his flowers now, even though he's just getting started, and we don't know what he's gonna have down the line. But based on what I've seen, he's got a good future in front of him. So I hope that, in February when the Grammys air, he takes home a couple of those. I'm sure he's going to win some BET Awards down the line because we celebrate ours. We don't give a fuck. I know 99% of the niggas I know don't listen to country music at all. But I guarantee you when they hear Tipsy or they hear a good song like that, they recognize greatness. You know what I'm saying? And I had to also talk about this because Tipsy actually takes from the lyrics of Jaquan. And if you don't know, Jaquan is from the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like your boy from St. Louis. So I felt like it was culturally relevant for me to talk about it too. That's all I got, man. I think about it, and the irony about all of this is country music was started by black people. Yeah, think about that. I'm out of here, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. You better pull up on me. Don't do it for me. Do it for the God.